Hello again and welcome back to Wingot Plays Nomifactory. Now that we've got Naquadah and Naquadah coil blocks, we have a number of different ways we can progress. We could make Naquadah balls, Naquadah doped balls, which will allow us to get the system on a chip already, and then the advanced system on a chip. We could make Draconium ingots, which unlocks various options over here. We could make Enderium ingots, which will allow us to get our tier 6 microminer, and also a number of other items, such as upgrading our flux board to the next tier. And there was something else that was locked behind Enderium that I don't specifically... Oh, the Enderium energy conduits, which do 2 million RF per tick instead of only 500,000. And so that's probably a strong possibility. But we can also work on getting the LuV Assembling Machine and then the various crystal circuits up and running, which will require us to get Enderium. That said, the Enderium, it's a slow blast furnace process, probably something that I'll just do off camera. For now, let's start working on getting the rest of our crystal circuits up and running. So step 1 will be to make the LuV Assembling Machine. So if we pop over here, the Elite Assembling Machine, LuV, there we go. It's going to need a few pieces that we haven't yet taught the system how to make. Perfect, and then if we go here, we can look up the LuV, and it's going to require us to teach the robot arm and the conveyor module. Easy. The robot arm is just a assembly line recipe using nanoprocessors, quantum processors, nanoprocessors, good, long HSSG, small HSSD, motor, piston, gears, yttrium barium. We've taught it all of that. And then it's just going to need conveyor, which again, I believe we've taught it everything there. It's going to need a config 1 integrated circuit. And it's going to need us to input the styrene butadiene rubber. So config 1 circuit means we're going to need another circuit here. That circuit can be set to config 1, and we need to go manually place that into the system. So we go over here, go under the ground, then down here, this one has our config 2, this one here can have our config 1, we'll get rid of that laser because it's not needed, and then this interface gets both of those recipes. I just accidentally blew on my torches. And then lastly, so this one here is full of soldering alloy. We've got lubricant. And so we just need styrene butadiene. And we've got the soldering there. So styrene butadiene, which I believe the system does not yet know how to make. So let us go figure out how to make styrene butadiene rubber. Over here in our fluid setup, this is all EV tier. So styrene butadiene is made in a chemical reactor. So let me just put that there. Chemical reactor on EV tier. Good. Actually, let's dig that up, because what else do we need? So we need sulfur and styrene butadiene rubber dust. Sulfur we've already got. This styrene butadiene is made from butadiene, styrene and air, or oxygen. And then the question is, do we have these fluids? Let's go take a look what we have in our system. We don't have butadiene, and we don't have styrene. Okay, so let's figure out what we need to do to make styrene. That would be ethylene and benzene, both of which we've got plenty of. We don't have either of them. Ethylene, benzene. In fact, let's go check on our distillation towers, because I suspect we do actually have some of these. We just haven't actually connected them to the system. So over here, that benzene. Yep, so give me fluid storage buses. Benzene, extract only. Benzene, butene, extract only. Butadiene, extract only. Propane, propene, ethane, methane. Methane, ethane, propene, butadiene, butene, and benzene. Good, I think that should be everything we need. Now, the question is, am I making ethylene somewhere? I have to be, because that's where I'm getting polyethylene, isn't it? Are these actually running? No. Why not? Heavy fuel, steam. Plenty of steam, no heavy fuel. This one here, plenty of steam, no light fuel. Let's go check on our system over here. This is not running. It's full of drilling fluid, so it has to be out of pipes? No. It's got power. It's full of oil. So if it's full of oil and this isn't running, it must be because the sulfuric light fuel is full, which means that there's an issue with our input here, naphtha. We're producing too much naphtha, so the question is, naphtha can do what? So naphtha can be turned into epoxy resin, steam cracked in a distillation tower, would then again make most of the same products that we're chasing. But for now, let's just get everything up and running. We want to use the naphtha to make polyethylene, but if we wind up with too much naphtha, we will just void it. And that should get our distillation tower up and running again, because that's fine. There we go. And now we're clearing out all of these others. Refinery gas is clearing out, naphtha, heavy fuel, and light fuel. Good. So those will clear out, which will allow these to start running again. Once it gets the heavy fuel, there you go. I saw the light fuel go, and that's processing. Perfect. So we should get heavy fuel soon as well, and then we'll have those being produced again. Then we can go back over to our system over here, because the question is styrene butadiene. I may need to head back because I didn't 100% check, but styrene butadiene needs raw styrene butadiene rubber dust, which needs butadiene and styrene. Now butadiene is there now. Styrene, we just need to teach the system how to make butadiene. We've got styrene is benzene and ethylene. Now we've got benzene, and then ethylene is coming through and then being immediately converted into polyethylene. Perfect. But I believe over here, if we take a look, one of these will be supplying ethylene. There we go, ethylene. So the ethylene is coming through on this side of the system. So all we need to do now is go here, and we can make styrene out of ethylene and benzene. If we just grab, that's a chemical reactor, isn't it? Yep. So we're probably going to need to grab a few chemical reactors. So let's go here, grab IV tier, let's make 4, go. I think that might have gotten stuck. Although, interesting that it's got all of these components stored, but I don't see the micro miner there. I'll come back to that. Now, advanced crafting, advanced chemical, good. Now we need item conduits. we need fluid conduits, and then we need filters. We'll grab basic item, we'll grab limited just in case, and we'll grab basic fluid. Perfect. Now, let's move all of this out of the way. For now, I think we just need fluid conduits, which can then be set to ethylene and benzene on brown. Perfect. So it's already getting some ethylene, and then you can give us some benzene. Perfect. Those should both go into there. We're getting hydrogen and styrene. Now we want we'll grab another quantum tank, throw that on top here. Styrene. Does styrene have any other use? Polystyrene. Okay, what is polystyrene used for? It's used to make polystyrene bars, which I don't think are used for anything. Okay. What we might do is we might actually just grab one of these tanks. Okay, you get a fluid input bus with styrene. Perfect. Insert on black. You get to extract on black. Perfect. Now that should be getting styrene. It's clearing out the hydrogen first. And then styrene's making its way up to there. Perfect. Now what we need is, we've already got fluid storage bus extract. And then we're just going to need some fluix cable as well. So we can throw that here. I did already set that to extract only. Yep, good. And then over here we can say you get to have the styrene. And we, I think, need another chemical reactor, butadiene, styrene, air. Perfect. You, nope, that was wrong. That and that. Styrene, oops. Styrene, butadiene, and air. It might be oxygen, I don't remember what we've actually got set up in the system here. Good, we're getting styrene. What have we got over here? We've got water, and you're making hydrogen and sulfuric. Hydrogen, I think there's oxygen or air somewhere around. Okay, so that's full on styrene. Now we need to give it butadiene. Good. And then, show me this. So oxygen gives us 3, air gives us only 1. 36, 108, 30, yeah, okay, so oxygen's better anyway. So let's try reconfiguring this for oxygen. Oh, we're getting oxygen from the cryogenic distillation tower. There we go. Good, and then this, give me a drawer. Throw it on top. Now that's basically free, so let's just do a full drawer of it. And that makes styrene butadiene. Good, and then give me a hammer, draw key. Good, that has to go there. And then item conduit, extract on black. Actually, put that there. Looks like we don't have a storage drawer anywhere nearby. So what I might do is run this behind the back there and put then another drawer controller up top here. Good. With a insert on black. Good, and then that doesn't need to connect there, and we're getting our styrene butadiene rubber dust. Perfect. Now the last step in getting the rubber is to use a chemical reactor, raw styrene butadiene with sulfur dust. Perfect. So you with a item conduit there can have a limited filter. 1 of those, no, 9 of those plus a sulfur dust. Sulfur dust. Good, insert on brown, extract on black. Give me 1 of those. Yep, cool, that can go there. And a sulfur dust can go there. Good, and then we just need to throw a storage bus onto this drawer controller with a extract. Perfect, so that should be going into there. We're getting styrene butadiene rubber. Good. Now that is used for various conveyor modules and can also be used to coat cables, which we're using silicone rubber for at the moment. So if we're only going to be using this to do the conveyors, then I might grab just a standard tank to throw on the top here. Did I put away the fluid storage buses? Have I run out? Okay, give me 20 of those. Got it. And then give me some chemical conduits. Cool, give me that. Here, with extract only. I haven't actually set this yet, so you fluid input. What's going on? Oh, some iron conduit. I need fluid conduit. You get to insert only styrene butadiene rubber. Good. And then insert on black. Perfect. Are you extracting on black? No, you are not. Good. Perfect. And then we need a one piece of Fluix there, and then we can run this. Oh, let me grab my Yeta wrench. I'll fix that cable up because we can just run that to there, and that should work. Then we've got styrene butadiene in the system, and we should be able to pop over here, and it should just automatically have got what it needed. Perfect. So then, what were we trying to make? We were trying to make the assembling machine, weren't we? LuV needed the conveyors. Yep, okay. So let's make one of these. Go. There's not enough fine annealed copper wire available. That's not a problem. I don't know why it's saying that we had more than it thinks though, because there shouldn't be, like, there's no compacting drawer of it anywhere or anything like that, which would potentially be screwing up the system. But what we can easily do is we can increase the quantity that gets to be stored here, and then we will get absolutely phenomenal amounts into this annealed copper wire. Probably that's going to need to upgrade from EV though at some point if we're going to be using such large quantities of fine annealed copper wire. Assembling system reported 2,560. Interestingly, it always says 2,560. even though we've got more being built here. So I don't know where it's getting that reading from. Also, I think there's some fine annealed copper. Nope, there's not. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where it's getting, where it thinks that extra amount is. Because I didn't have any fine annealed copper wire being made in the drawers on the other side. It's just odd. Oh, did that just start crafting? Perfect. Oh, here we go. And then I should probably go over and check on this here as to why that micro miner hasn't finished crafting. Probably I just set the redstone controls on the export bus incorrectly or something like that. So, which one's which? This one here is ore. That there was osmium iridium. It's this guy. Yeah, I've broken this. Yeah, okay. Easily fixed. We've already got flux conduit on us, so just go like that. Perfect. And then we can go there. And may as well get rid of that. Perfect. Good, and then that should have finished that craft. Good, perfect. Now I'm just going to check that there's no further issue here. Good, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to do the T5 ore craft. Naquita. Or I think these guys aren't actually connected to the network anymore. So let's put that ME conduit back in place. Oops. Good. At which point that, there you go, should just work. And as soon as it's done, I can work on trying to filter the ores that it produces. Perfect. Now, let us put away all of this stuff we don't need to be holding on us. And we can go like that. Good. Now, this was crafting. Right, it got stuck. Yeah, these magnetic always seem to be getting stuck. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with those recipes. But let's see if we can troubleshoot it while the assembler is being made. So, magnetic iron, magnetic steel. Let's go look at this. So, this guy here. Magnetic iron, magnetic steel. Magnetic steel is 1 to 1. Magnetic iron is 1 to 1. So why is it that it often winds up thinking it didn't get back what it was expecting? And these are all the electromagnetic polarizer recipes, and that's a polarizer beneath it. I honestly do not know what's going wrong with those recipes unless there is somewhere else that does the same recipes. Long magnetic, no. Yeah, it seems to be only that one polarizer. So, it's this polarizer here. And that polarizer, like it's not like it's got any additional connections anywhere either. Unless there's something pulling out from the... No, there's nothing pulling out from the bottom of it. So, yeah, I don't get what's going wrong with this guy. I think in future I will just replace it with a higher tier, an IV or something like that, and see if that fixes the problem. And if it doesn't, then I'll need to investigate further. Now, meanwhile, let's take a look here. So, we're waiting on... Why are we waiting on all these? Probably because the assembler got too many jobs at the same time or something. Assembling machine. I think that gave it a valid craft. Okay, it's not processing at the moment. So there you go, it's processing something. It seems like it gets stuck if multiple of these input buses have recipes or requests in them. I've never quite figured out the cause of that one. But again, I'll need to try to figure that one out later as well. Perfect. Good, now that should be quantum processor mainframe. Is it processing? No, it's not. Okay, question is, where is that craft? No. 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 Oh, that's probably being made in the assembly line. And then here the robot arm is also being made in the assembly line and takes a while even at LuV. Good, so that looks like it should probably finish fairly soon. Good, I think I just saw that finish. There we go, and so then we can grab our assembling machine, LuV tier. Perfect. And then that will allow us to get to work. Claim that. Now, we also need to automate these, the engraved crystal chips, which are made in a blast furnace with exquisite emerald and emerald plates and helium. All of which is simple enough. It's just HSSG, so we can go back over here where we put our HSSGs, and I started up a Naquita set as well. We're going to need an output bus at the back. While we're here, may as well just get one set up for our Enderium. We are going to need fluid input hatch. Need 2 of those. One there and one there. And then we're going to need input bus. One of these can be LuV, and the other is going to have to be at least MV. So let us go MV here and LuV there. Good. Then pop upstairs and give me some item conduits, give me some facades, give me some filters. We're going to need fluid filters, we're going to need fluid conduits, we're going to need a fluid interface. Perfect. So that should be everything we need to get all of this set up. Take a look here. Good. Step 1, connect up all the item conduits. Over here, extract on white for both of these. Good. Now this one here is going to be our limited item filter so that we can set up for... I've already forgotten what we're trying to make. Oh, the engraved crystal chip. Okay, so engraved crystal chip. Good, so that's going to need exquisite emerald and emerald plate. There's emerald plate, and there is exquisite emerald. Perfect, so those get inserted on brown, and then let's pop over here, set this up to have emerald plates, exquisite emeralds. Where do we get those from? Those come from our tier 3 gem. Oh, there we go. We've got those emerald plates. I don't think we've got those on passive yet, but looks like we have everything we need going into there. Let's just check. We need 10 emerald plates, which means we can up this as well to have 16 as per normal protocol. And then we just need here, we need fluid. So I will replace this one here with a fluid interface, but we'll come back to that. I'm also going to set that up there. Good. Now, this one here, we need helium. Here. Good, inside on brown. Perfect. So now if we pop down here, I can put a fluid interface right here, which then means I'll be able to dig out this, connect our fluid interface there, and extract on brown. Perfect. Now you get to expose helium, which then should be going into there. Good. And I think it's running. And it looks like we've already run out of emerald plates. Perfect. Now facade can go. Oh, we've already got a whole stack of facade. So let's just do that. Perfect. Now if we pop down here, what are we making here? We're making crystal, yeah, engraved crystal chips. Do we get 10 each time? Oh, cool. Okay, so that gets to go there. That gets to go there. And let's say we want 500 of these. I don't know if that's a good amount or not, but we'll get it to store that amount. Perfect. Now what we do need to do is we need to go over here and start storing emerald plates as well. I don't think we've got any more space on our EV line, so let's just do an IV setup. And so I'm going to need another compressor, which can be IV tier. Go. There's a shortage of annealed copper wire. Okay, good. That's just started crafting. Meanwhile, let's take a quick look. There is plenty of annealed copper, so it's... Oh, actually... Oh, I think it was the annealed copper wire itself that there was a shortage of. Yeah, I see. So, compressor. What we might do, because that's going to keep screwing things up, is we might grab a drawer upgrade 4 and make this hold 4 stacks. There we go. That is definitely the wrong machine. Okay, you advanced compressor. Perfect. Now you need an item conduit on top. You need an item filter set to emerald. Let me just check on this. So emerald plates are made by just putting an emerald into an emerald compressor. Perfect. So we need you to take emeralds, and then you can extract on black. We've got an interface here, so I want you to expose emeralds. Perfect. Now we should be getting emerald plates, and now we just want a drawer to go on top. Give me the key, give me the drawer. There, and then these don't actually need to point to that. So these emerald plates, don't seem to get used for overly much. But if we're going to want this to be able to make 500, then that means 5,000 emerald plates would be needed to refill if we use up all the stock. So let's just do 2,048 here, which is 32 full stacks of emerald plates. Perfect. So at that point, we have engraved crystal chips automated. And if we pop over here, how fast is that actually running? It's running faster than this can feed it. Perfect. What I might just do though, is I might grab a few extract speed upgrades, and then we can put those into here, so that that export speed is no longer the limiting factor. Good. And then we might need to put some extract speeds on the other side, or the question is whether it'll even be able to keep up. But that all looks like it is working pretty well. Very happy with that. And now I'll just go and set this one up as well to actually, let's have a look. Claim that, show me you. Crystal CPU is just made with a precision laser engraver. Good. So we can use this guy here for Enderium. And so here we need Enderium dust. Oops. Insert there. Enderium dust. Good. Don't extract. And then this is going to be primal mana. Here, oops, that was a mistake, because that has now filled up with helium. Perfect. Let's replace that. Good. And then we can go there. Why can't I put, oh, because I need to put the bucket. Primal mana. Perfect. Now that should fill up. Good. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to actually craft Enderium dust, which, step one, go over here, show me that. That is the wrong thing, isn't it? Okay, Enderium ingot is made from Enderium blend. Okay, so you, Enderium blend goes there, pop back up top, you on conduits, this needs to swap out for Enderium blend. Let me just check on this, that needs a single, yeah, okay. Not that it would actually, it doesn't have a limited item filter, so it's fine anyway. And then Enderium blend is just made with lead dust, platinum dust, blue steel, osmium dust, and resonant clathrate, which I think none of that will actually be difficult at all. So you give me a random crafter. That goes there, give me an item conduit with a limited item filter. Okay, this needs lead dust. Let me get rid of that. 4 lead dust, 2 platinum dust. 4 lead dust, 2 platinum dust. Okay, so we do need to put these here as well. Lead dust, lead, platinum, blue steel, osmium. Have I not taught the system to make blue steel? Osmium dust. And finally, resonant clathrate, which I don't know. Oh, we have got some in the system, but I don't know if we've taught the system how to make that automatically yet. I don't think we have. Well, we're not exporting it from the system is what I mean to say. So what we could do, wow, let's put an item conduit there. We'll break this piece here. Good. This guy's, oops, this guy here is making resonant clathrate. So you give me half a stack of that. You can be set to extract on brown, same as everything else. And then we just need a drawer here set to resonant clathrate. Perfect. And then that will steal from there, which hopefully shouldn't break the system here at all. Good. You don't need to interact with that at all. Perfect. Good. And then that will just get us 32 stacks. Perfect. So resonant clathrate, and then that is almost every. Oh, you get to insert on brown. Enderium blend. You give me cobble. There. And then we are just going to need to teach the system to make blue steel dust, brass, rose gold, steel, black steel. So I think that should be pretty easy, but we are definitely well past time. So thank you for watching. Stay happy and healthy, and I hope to see you in the next one.